Okay, well, let me just get the intros out of the way, and I will deal more centrally with Jenna's lying and Aaron's role in that in another video. I will put that up, but I want to focus mainly on Aaron himself and in this video, and kind of like how disturbingly blatant he is now about what he's up to. So, for years, Aaron has done some, I want to emphasize a little bit, of anti Scientology activism, but for the most part, he now dedicates himself to promoting his, I guess, the nicest thing you could call it, is this kind of weird personality based cult, which obviously is going to be head scratching. Isn't that what L. Ron Hubbard did with Scientology? And the answer is yes. That's exactly what he did. So, this is a case of things going full circle where some of the anti-Scientology, ex-Scientology community has basically just created a new form of Scientology, but it's now Aaron heading his own cult, and you either join or you don't join. And he's actually explicitly in this video attacking Nora, an ex-friend, saying he does have that guideline, that if you're critical of him and his friends and his, quote, foundation, which, by the way, to this day, even after being formally incorporated, has board members, has yet to release a detailed financial report, which by law you should be doing. So what is this foundation really about? We don't know. We only know it has 4 board members. That's about it. It's what else? They allegedly have given out money to this person, that person, allegedly to help them, and that's about it, but we really don't know. We have no clue. And again, foundations do have the privilege of keeping a lot secret, but we know, we should be knowing these things. Who are the officers, salaries being spent, what exactly is the breakdown of finances, like just a basic gist? We don't have anything. So, yeah, it's all very, very fishy. It's very, very fishy. I just want to get the Mitch Brisker factor out of the way. Otherwise, it's going to degenerate into a he said, she said situation. So, essentially what happened is, well, it was last year, but even for the last couple of years, Aaron has had a series of financial, sexual, romantic, just a lot of scandals. But let's try to bring some factuality into this debate. So one of these ex-girlfriends came out, and Aaron's response was to threaten people who supported the ex-girlfriend. I'm not joking with you. He outright threatened people if they were going to, quote, platform her and help spread her message. Why? Was she telling lies? Didn't matter. He just outright threatened people. So one of these people was Mitch Brisker. And I want to make very clear, Mitch does not like me, doesn't like my channel, doesn't seem to like me personally. So I want to state that very explicitly. It is not in my self-interest to like or promote Mitch Brisker. However, Mitch shared the text where Aaron was outright threatening him. And the threat was pretty weird because Aaron allegedly had a tape that he would release to destroy and discredit Mitch Brisker. To this day, I have no idea what he's talking about. I have no clue what he's babbling about. Now, I'm not saying Mitch is an angel. What he did in Scientology was basically be a film director, because Scientology has this studio where it creates its own films. So Mitch was in charge of that, helping to put out Scientology propaganda. That was his job. And he was well paid. He made millions of dollars. So he's got himself a shady background. But that's his background. So what is this tape? What are we talking about? Are we talking about some kind of affair? He was committing a crime? I don't know. Aaron just said, I have a tape, Mitch. And if you go forward with this, I'm going to release the tape. Well, okay. I mean, many things are problematic here. One is you don't have a charity president threatening people. That's not a thing. Certainly serious charities don't do that. Second of all, okay, what exactly are you threatening? Because Mitch is going to talk to your ex-girlfriend about your scandalous behavior. We can't do that. We can't do that because even though on his channel, when it comes to Scientologists or celebrities, he always talks about them. Danny Masterson, P. Diddy, Ashton Kutcher, they're free game, they're fair game. John Travolta, the Michael Jackson family, remember? He almost joined the cult. Just tons of celebrities and people going into their private details, even doxing people. He just did something on Valeska and her affair with Brian Kent. Should this be beyond us? Maybe we shouldn't get. Oh, no, we'll get into that. So we're getting into the intimate private details of all these celebrities, all these people, all these YouTubers, that Aaron is magically immune. We don't do that with Aaron. No! He screams and shouts and sprouts and shouts. Oh, my Sea Org. Oh, my children. Oh! And if you think I'm exaggerating, no. And so he did a recent video on Nora and was angry that Nora was criticizing how he platformed a certain activist, Audit LA. And again, I want to be fair and want to be very accurate here. So what happened is, and again, to be fair to Aaron, because Nora was misrepresenting what happened. Okay, so the basic just is, did Aaron manipulate and cajole and turn this into a propaganda effort? Yes, that is what he did. However, to be fair to him, a section of this interview he did with Audit LA, he did promote the protest that Audit LA was trying to promote. They're promoting this Father's Day protest that will happen at the Big Blue Building in Los Angeles on LRH Way. So that is what Audit LA was there for, and for a time, that is what Aaron did. And Aaron deliberately, this is not an accident, revved up his chat to hate DOA, hate Laura, and hate all these people criticizing him. And he was directly insulting DOA. Now, again, I'm not defending DOA. I'm just noting the sheer hypocrisy and also Aaron lying about himself. He's like saying, now, the problem isn't you and me, Audit LA, but you're letting these moderators, you're letting these chats criticize Uranus. How could you do that? Aaron, you were directly in your own chat insulting DOA. That was a choice. So this was supposed to be a serious interview about a serious protest, but instead he's just like, yeah, I'm going to just insult DOA and try to get Audit LA in trouble, right? And not surprisingly, Lara and DOA are not happy with what happened. And Lara got into a screaming match with Audit LA, where she said in a conversation where Audit LA said, I may go on Aaron's channel saying, well, I hate him, I don't like him, I don't trust him. So it's just turned into this whole brouhaha. Now, granted, this is just nonsense and nothingness. There is an important principle. If Aaron wants to have this personality-based fascist cult of extreme narcissists who insult, slander, and attack one another, he can do that. You have a human right to do that, guys. And if you want to join his cult, you have the right to do that. So if he wants to turn his channel into this weird echo chamber, that is his human right. Now, YouTube policies are being, well, to put it mildly, violated, and you can, again, report the channel correctly, violating YouTube policies. However, within a boundary, you can do what he does. That's fine. What I don't like and what I find intolerable is him pretending that, now, Audit LA, the problem is, no, you have people on who criticize me and my foundation. They're attacking the ex-Scientologists. Oh, no! Well, let's be very clear that the ex-Scientologists being criticized are those ex-Scientologists acting like a bunch of thugs, acting like these very entitled narcissists who insist, do this, do that. You better do this, you better do that, barking orders all over the place. What's wrong with criticizing those people? Even if they are victims and survivors, yeah, okay, we have free choice. We don't have to obey you. You're not kings and queens, right? The monarchy, in this country at least, never existed. So why are you saying all these things? If you got your own format, your own channel, have your own message. That's about it. You can do your own message on your own format. And Aaron is saying we need to be very sensitive about the ex-Scientologists, but he wildly and freely criticizes ex-Scientologists all the time, whether Claire Headley, Mike Rinder, or whoever, if it's in his self-interest. So really, what is he saying? He's really saying, no one who criticizes me will be allowed on this channel. You cannot do that. Okay, and this guy is allegedly fighting Scientology. What is it about Scientology that he's fighting? Right? And Aaron can't claim, whoa, it's the predators. Oh, these children and the young people. I'm sticking up for them. No, he freely platformed and promoted Tommy Scoville, who's a predator. The guy was convicted of attacking a 15-year-old girl and went to jail for several years. He even freely admitted that he was conning older women out of tens of thousands of dollars. This is one of Aaron's friends. He freely promoted that guy. Didn't care. And now DOA, he's saying, oh, there are alarming allegations about DOA, and he may have done something to the family children. Aaron, this was your friend and ally just a year ago. This is an ancient history. So it doesn't make any sense at all. It's not adding up. On the one hand, Aaron is saying, I'm just criticizing people who need to be criticized. I'm safeguarding my community. But he freely allows predators, whoever they are, whether Lutz Repetto, right, Tommy Scoville, or even questionable types like DOA. He freely admitted, saying, yeah, people told me, yeah, DOA, he's very questionable. There's a lot of questions going on around him. I don't really care. So as long as you obey him and obey the echo chamber, you're welcome. But as soon as you start asking questions, you're exiled, you're insulted, dead agent packages, etc., etc. And it's like, well, what did they do wrong exactly? And it's all these murky suspicions and accusations. Like, that's just why I wanted to address Mitch Brisker. It's like, okay, fine. You have this alleged tape. Fine. What is it? Show it. And nothing happened. Now, maybe there is a tape of Mitch doing questionable things, but we just don't know what he was talking about. So either Aaron was bluffing, he had nothing, or the other thing is more likely is he reached out to his friends and they said, oh yeah, Mitch, we have something on Mitch. And Aaron was like, oh yeah, baby, good. Oh yes, 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 yes. And Mitch did what he did. He talked to Lindsay, right? He talked to some of Aaron's victims, and what did Aaron have? I'm guessing at best one of Aaron's sources exaggerated, saying, well, we have something, but I don't know if it's like a lot. And they showed it to him, and it's like, that's nothing. That's pathetic. So maybe there is a tape of Mitch out there, but it's kind of like, well, all right, yeah, but there's really nothing there. And that's the Aaron channel in a nutshell. It's there to promote himself, promote him and his group of friends. That is about it. What are they doing to fight Scientology? Well, they'll do it once or twice every 6 months. But the main goal is to protect Aaron's reputation, protect Aaron as a cult leader. And if you get in the way, they're going to do threats. Even if these threats don't mean anything, they're just going to still threaten you. With what? I don't know. They just do threats. And it's like, okay, where are we going with all this? I don't know. I don't know at all. Again, that's the problem with fascism and these very extreme cults. At the end of the day, when you get to the core, there's nothing there. It's just a core of nothingness. So I don't know. And again, I'm not a big fan of Nora, but I'd have to say her receipts at this point are much stronger than Aaron, whereas Aaron just keeps babbling and babbling. It's okay, what did they do wrong? What exactly is wrong? And the answer is, it's wrong to let Aaron's victims speak out. And you ask a simple question, why do you have victims? It's like, well, he has a really extreme cult. Why does he have an extreme cult? I thought he was fighting Scientology. Well, there you go. You're asking the wrong questions. That's why you're not going to be welcome on the Aaron Smith-Levin channel. And there we are.